right, how we doing? My name is Eric. This is the 5 to 9 Hustle. Please give the channel a subscribe if you would like to learn more about reselling on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari. Particularly reselling men's clothing is one of the things I specialize in, especially when I'm thrifting. I do sell other items as well, but when I'm thrifting, it's primarily out there looking for clothing. And what I have for you today is the last 25 items that I have sold on eBay. Um, this is not something where I cherry pick and only show you the best stuff. I just go through 25 in a row. And to be honest, some of them are mistakes that I've made, some of them are dogs. Most of them I still make money on. They might just take a long time to sell. And I will try to also give info on where I found stuff, how much I paid for it, and that sort of thing. So up first is an American Rag short sleeve button front shirt. Was it new? Is that a tag? I think it was new. Let's see. Yeah, this was new with tags. This came in a lot of new with tag stuff that I bought off Mercari probably over a year ago. And the type of thing where there were a few good items that made the money back right away, and then everything else has been selling kind of slowly. And this took a long time. I would not try to flip American Rag, generally speaking. And this also went out on a 12% offer to likers or watchers or whatever we call that on eBay. $15.80, free shipping. All right, this next one, don't ever do this, but these are Van Houston Polos. It's the same polo, different colors. I got this in a lot of stuff I bought probably like 2 years ago, maybe longer, on a Facebook, yard sale group, local neighborhood yard sale group, where I don't even remember the other stuff that I got, but the other stuff was, like most bulk buys, there was stuff you want and other stuff. Take the good with the bad sort of thing. And so I was like, well, I don't know. Somebody might want them. They're the same shirt. They're the same size. I'll list them together. And this been listed probably for like 2 years. It's been half off before. It's been 70% off before. And someone just came along and bought it full price, $19.99, plus shipping on top, $4.49. So I sold 2 Van Houston Polos for like $24. Don't thrift Van Houston Polos, and I won't either. Yeah. We've got Columbia PFG. A couple things going for this here. Crazy big size, 50-inch waist. And then just the fact that it's PFG makes this a good shorts pickup. I got this for under $2 at a local charity or like church thrift. This did sell on offer, $17.56, free shipping. And even though they're big, being nylon, they still are pretty light to ship. Here we've got a camera. If you're into camera stuff, this will be a good one. There's quite a bit of camera on this one. This is an Olympus Tough. Unfortunately, I did not have the charger for it. I could have ordered one. I thought about it, but this sat around for a long time while I thought about it. Finally, I was going through a box of camera stuff that's like, you need to list this one day. I was like, I'm just listing this stuff. So I had to list it as untested as is. I can't charge it. I did have the battery though. And just didn't have any other cables I could plug into it. Some cameras you can still like plug a USB cable in and charge it that way. I couldn't even do that. But I got $20.95 free shipping for it. If I had the charger, the Olympus Tough line of digital cameras, definitely pick them up. Some of them can go for $100. This one I think would have went for 50 or 60 bucks. I'd have to go back and look to be sure, but they're definitely worth picking up, especially at yard sales. If you get them for like $5, especially if you have the charger. Thrift stores, depending on your thrift store, some will throw digital cameras like this out for just a couple bucks. Definitely the Olympus Tough is a line that you can pick up and make good money on. Here we have just a very simple, basic Polo Ralph Lauren XL shirt. Not the type of Ralph Lauren shirt I want to buy. Generally, this came in a bulk buy though, and it did sell for $15.95 free shipping. I priced it. I priced it right. Here's a really excellent sale. This is a Postal Telegraph clock. This company made clocks in like the 20s, 30s, 40s. They're known for just being extremely accurate. Like they had them in train stations and places like that. This worked. I included a video in the listing showing it working and all that kind of stuff. And the person that I got it from felt like it was probably worth around $200. However, there were no good comparables listed. There were some sold. There were other Postal Telegraph clocks listed, but newer, slightly more modern ones, or ones that didn't work, or ones that, only had the clock face and things like that. So, of my particular model and era, I felt like I was going to have no competition and or the best item listed. Um, so I said I'm just gonna list it a lot higher and see what happens for like a week. See if I get watchers. See if people message me. So I listed it for $375. Plus I did calculated shipping as well via UPS ground. And I listed it one night and I woke up in the middle of the night because the dog had gotten me up and checked my phone as one does first thing when you get up, and the clock had sold. It sold in less than a day for $375. Um, and I got that for free. So I was quite happy with that. We have a pair of J. Crew pants. The second time I've sold this pair. The first guy said they were too small. But yeah, J. Crew pants, I will usually pick up both the 484, oops, I was trying to highlight the 484 and the 770. You can find that usually somewhere around the pocket on the inside. And I'm blanking at the moment, but one of them is a slim fit. This says slim fit. 484 is a slimmer fit. 770 is a straight fit. And I can usually sell those two model of pants from J. Crew. And this is full price, $24.95 plus $7.49 shipping. Pretty good for pre-owned J. Crew pants, I would say. All right, up next we've got a cheap camera. This is an Olympus 3 megapixel digital camera. 3 megapixel. So it's not, by today's standards, not a very high quality camera. But this went for $15.95. And then the buyer actually wound up paying $16.95 shipping because this went out of the country. I don't know why they wanted it, but they did. And up next we have another camera. This is a Kodak. This is an 8 megapixel camera. And the thing with point and shoot digital cameras, the more megapixels, typically the higher you can sell them for. You do want the known brands. Even Kodak is like iffy. That's one of the cheaper ones. But you want Nikon, Canon, Sony. You can sell digital point and shoot cameras all day long. This went for $16.95, free shipping. And took regular batteries, by the way. Another thing for my box of stuff I'm going to list one day. Let's get it listed. It's this vintage camera strap, unbranded, but just very cool looking. There's a big photography community, and people look for this kind of thing. If you get, there's other ones like with kind of Aztec-y patterns and that sort of stuff. They're pretty easy to sell. This went within just 2 or 3 days. Full price, $17.95, free shipping. Went first class. Up next, these are hard cases for camera lenses without the lenses. They're just these empty cases, and people like these little things too to put their stuff in. And these are the types of things I get in camera lots, and I just let them kind of collect, and I can make a little lot or things that make sense, or sometimes even marry up a lens to one. These were just sitting around. They were very different. One was smooth leather, one was pebbled. But I just threw them together. $19.95 free shipping, and they went for that very quickly, and they shipped first class. Here we have a pair of Carhartt. There was a small hole near the pocket from wear, and these were what I called in the description extremely broken in, or you might say wash and wear. They weren't in the best condition. No like giant stains or tears or giant holes, just not the best condition. So I wound up listing them for $18.95 plus shipping on top. They wound up selling for $16.68 on a 12% off offer that I sent out, plus the shipping. But yeah, Carhartt dungarees I'll usually pick up. This next pair of pants I actually bought for myself. I got this at the same time as the J. Crew pair of pants we saw earlier in the video. I bought 4 or 5 pairs of pants that day, and they were all this close to 34, 32 size, which is what I wear. And they were all J. Crew and Banana Republic. And these did not work for me. They didn't fit. Neither did the J. Crew ones. They were way too skinny for me. But a few of the others did. But I got them all because I knew that I could sell the ones that I didn't want to keep. But anyway, Pima cotton, thin wale corduroy. I do well with corduroy pants across numerous brands. And Banana Republic, I find I can usually sell pants way, way easier than shirts or other items. But these went for $21.96 on an offer I sent out, plus 7.5 shipping on top. Here we have one of my new with tags ties. This sold for $15.45, free shipping. I'm gonna have to break here and see if I can get my video to come back. All right, everything froze, so I stopped and now I'm back. This is a tie. It was one of my new with tags ties that I got for $1 each, and a lot I bought off Mercari to flip onto eBay. This did go for $13.60 on a 12% off offer that I sent out. This shows as an active listing too, because I had 3 of these and there's 1 left, so the listing is still active. Yeah, it'd be Robert Graham short sleeve button front, 2XL, great size. I'll probably have this price a little too high, but the picture just really didn't do it justice. It was not a crazy shirt like you'll find sometimes. Had a chip button, but it was pretty wild up close. The stripes were, but it did take a while to sell. I think I had it priced too high. It wound up going for $35.16 free shipping on an offer that I sent out. All right, up next we have a Black Label PS2 game. This is Devil May Cry. I got $11.95 free shipping. It came with the manual, and that's a $12 game apparently. So, all right, up next, this is a vintage disco shirt, crazy collar. You see right above my head there, and it had these trains on it. I had no idea what this might be worth. I priced it at $70 and went ahead and turned on best offer. Don't normally like best offer, but for certain items it just makes perfect sense. And it's been listed a good while. I found another similar shirt but different brand with it at the time that's still listed. Somebody offered me, hey, how about 35? I was like, yeah, I'll definitely take 35. I was into this for $4, so any shirt I can sell for 35 is something I'm interested in. And I felt like I had waited long enough that I wasn't going to get the big money. So, disco shirt. All right, up next, a lot of 61 broken tip Indian arrowheads. Broken arrowheads. I have now flipped empty boxes. I have flipped a cross stitch. I have flipped art. I have flipped broken arrowheads. The money is out there, guys. You can make money on eBay selling stuff. There are people that want it. And yes, that went for $34.95. Free shipping. It was over a pound, but went padded flat rate. All right, now we get into some good camera stuff. I bought a camera lot recently, online auction, blurry photo, and there was this camera in the back that looked to me like it might say K1000 on it, and it did when I got it. So I bought the lot of cameras for $78. It was 4 or 5 cameras, a couple flashes, and some random odds and ends. And yeah, so the Pentax K1000 is a film camera you definitely want to look out for if you can get it. This sold for $99.95, so $100, and the buyer paid $10.95 shipping for it. They should have paid $15.95. I need to look at that because this went to Australia, and this was listed for less than a day. And this is a great example of pricing your items. You want to price them to sell. You don't necessarily want to sit on stuff forever, but you don't have to. I don't understand why people will price too cheaply. If you look up this camera on eBay, there are more sold than listed, right? By a good margin. So they sell essentially as fast as people can list them, they're selling. So in that case, why would you price at the bottom? They're selling fast, right? So I went with not quite the height of the market, a little dialed back, but definitely not the lowest, like above the middle, $100. So that paid for my whole auction buy. I was happy with that. This is another camera item, just happened to be squeezed in there. I've had this listed for a while. It's a teleconverter, and it did sell for $25. This also it says free shipping on the screen. They actually paid $10.95 for shipping to, I think it was Norway or Sweden, one of the two. And that is advice I give for certain categories, and particularly vintage film camera stuff. A lot of it that I sell goes overseas, so I offer direct international shipping. The rates are better than what eBay has for you, and that gives my listings a competitive advantage over people that don't offer it. I sell a lot of vintage camera stuff that goes international. Right, this was from the same lot as the Pentax K1000. Canon speedlights are a line of flashes to look out for. They go for good money. This went less than a day and a half maybe, $32.95 plus $7.50 shipping on top because it was going to be over a pound. Unfortunately, there was a second Canon speedlight that was a different model in the lot that did not work. But yeah, Canon speedlights, Nikon flashes are another one to look out for. But yeah, good buy there. Now this was the great, awesome part of that Pentax K1000 is this is the lens that was on it. And you know, the picture for the auction was blurry. This had a lens cap on. So I was like, yeah, I think that's a K1000, but had no idea about the lens. The lens turned out to be pretty good as well. And it also sold for $99.95. Free shipping on that one. It went under a pound. And there's actually another version of this lens that is more rare that's worth like $300. And it wasn't that one. But, you know, I bought an auction lot for $78. Right away, 2 items sold for $100 and one sold for $33. That's what it's all about on auctions for me. Now we have another item from the same auction lot. We had a Canon Canon Rebel XS or something like that film camera. This is the lens that was on it. Cameras can be funny. So that camera with this lens, this is the original kit lens that came with it, I'm pretty sure, only sells for like $20 or $25. The camera body by itself sells for like $20. But if you take the lens off and sell it by itself, you can get $32.95. I don't know why that is. I don't know why the camera with the lens isn't worth more. But very happy. And actually, I prefer shipping lenses by themselves. They go in the smaller ones anyway, go in a 4x4x4 box, under a pound. especially modern ones like this. They're plastic, just super easy to ship. All right, and then the last item in our list today is a pair of Costco dress pants. I don't like to sell dress pants. I'm obviously not going to pick up a lot of Kirkland stuff when I'm thrifting. This came in a liquidation buy I made over a year ago that turned out to be all Costco customer returns, and did fine on it. Had some really cool jackets in there that I made good money on, and the other stuff has just been piecemealing it out. So I went free shipping on these, even though they were over a pound, just because they're just not worth very much. I mean, you can go to Costco and get this pair of pants probably for $18.95 anyway. Um, and yeah, it is out the door. $18.95 free shipping. Of course, cost me almost $8 to ship, and a couple, $2.50 in fees. So, you know, not something you want to do too often. Just depends how you get the items, what you paid for them, etc. But that's the last item in the list. I hope that was helpful to give you some ideas. If nothing else, I hope it was entertaining, and I hope you come back for more. Thanks a lot.